Welcome, everybody, to another episode. Yes, another episode of the Geek Street News.
Yay.
Sorry, not the,
to
of
back
just
to back.
Geek Street News. Back to back
to
to
back
back
to back.
to back. Well,
Six.
Six times, I guess. Is that where we at six?
Sure.
But here we talk about current geek news, and we get into stuff about current comic books as well. As you can see, this giant stack here. Can't wait to get into it. But
Delicious.
for now, my first article is that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, a remake is reportedly in the works according to GamesRadar.com.
Hey.
The Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, he is a really notable reporter that is known to get all the information and is never wrong about his info.
I was going to say, I don't trust him, but the way you're hyping him up.
Yeah, according to this article. I've never heard of him.
According to this article you wrote.
Yeah, according to this article that he wrote. He is reported that confirmed that the remake of the 2003 classic Star Wars game is indeed in the works, and it is being developed by the company Asper Media.
Yeah, it's Knights of the Old Republic, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you said that already, but
Yes,
yeah. All
remake
right,
of
cool.
KOTOR, Knights of the Old
Yes.
Republic. And I remember that being a pretty, as RJ said earlier, genre-defining game.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And,
definitely remember my friends playing it too. Just in love with the game, just playing
Yeah.
it constantly. In love with all the things you could do in the video game,
Right.
which is cool. So hopefully this new one coming out is going to have all that too. It's going to
Yeah.
have new abilities, new worlds, all that kind of stuff.
It's going to look great. I'm sure
Exactly.
the game, the combat will probably flow a little better. And
Right,
all
right.
that stuff. Yeah, more detailed characters you can create, all that fun stuff. Yeah. I remember that being a really, really different game, especially for the Star Wars universe in video game format. So it was kind of exciting. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna check that out and take it from the Mandalorian part. I'll just say the whole Mandalorian part over again.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right.
Let's go.
And in addition to that, this is piggybacking off of that news. This is an even more of a rumor, further removed rumor. Try saying that 5 times fast. We might be getting a Mandalorian game, an action RPG where you get to play as the Mando and
Nice.
and go off and do missions and be a bounty hunter and protect little baby Grogu guy.
What's his name?
He's
Oh, he
everywhere.
does that.
Grogu, right?
Yeah, I think it is,
Oh,
actually.
you haven't seen the shit? Oops.
Great.
Is
name,
that like a huge?
My bad.
Yeah, that's everything.
That's
that
the
name,
whole thing's
the whole
a-
thing.
the whole
Once you know
show's
the name,
about
there's
his
no point
name.
in watching it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can't
No,
make any more
I don't
episodes.
need to watch it anymore.
No, it's not. It's actually not that important.
Yeah, we're like, okay, our joke went too far. He's not going to watch.
He's like, he's like actually gonna be mad that we ruined it for him now. The whole show.
This is a bit of news for people that are anime fans. You probably already know about this. And actually, if you are not an anime fan, you might want to listen to this as well. There is an extremely popular right now anime called Demon Slayer. Okay, and they made a movie
I've heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. It came out. I believe it came out in Japan back in February. I got this from my son Chris. Chris, what's up?
What's up, Chris?
So so now it's finally come out here in America. It was released April 23rd. And here's the thing. This is a relatively underground-ish kind of movie. And it was basically in a dead heat, kind of neck and neck to make the box office record. It was going against Mortal Kombat for the #1 movie in America.
Right.
Like, obviously,
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, huge following, 20 plus years. Everyone's
Yeah.
known about it. And this thing, super new, especially super new in America.
Right.
And they were going like neck and neck. It just beat out Demon Slayer. But Demon Slayer itself, when it came out, it made 21 million, which
Right.
is pretty amazing.
Yeah, just looking at this now, Demon Slayer is beat out Spirited Away.
Oh wow!
And yeah, and Your Name. So now it's like the
I never heard that movie.
Wow. There's a look.
well then just
Yeah, the look.
then do me a favor and get your head all the way out of your ass, and then you
Let me
could
get my head out of there.
But yeah, so yeah, it's surpassed them both, which is just crazy because you think of something like Spirited Away, that's. Like
right. That's
if you
classic.
say
That's a
Spirited
classic.
Away is the greatest grossing film in Japan, you understand why.
Yeah.
And then once you guys see Your Name, hopefully you'll understand why they did so well as well. And then this Demon Slayer is just a brand new property. It's like
really
just
brand
beat
new.
out all these classics. I'm like, man, it's
Even the animation company is like, this is their first time like getting into animation and all that kind of
from
stuff.
never hit, man.
Yeah, and right, just right out of the. Yeah, how are you the first up to bat and you hit a grand slam?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what we're
Your
talking
rookie
about
year,
here.
first time going up, and
Right.
bam.
Yeah.
Right out of the park.
Grand slam.
Right, which means we're next, right?
Amen, brother.
Yeah. All right, that's the time on
Look at
that one.
ball. Right? That's how baseball works. So-
Jay, you got an article for us, man?
Yes, sir. So, article I have is Invincible is being renewed for seasons 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Nice.
Yo.
Nice.
So the last
Episode.
episode was it's pretty good.
Pretty intense, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely deserves it. Like the pacing of this series has been great. The tone is pretty much matches the tone of the comic.
Really?
It was
Okay.
almost everything, if not more, than what I wanted out of a comic to TV show adaptation.
That's cool. That's good
Yeah.
to hear from
Awesome.
a fan of the comic book. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I loved it, and there's a lot of changes that people have problems with, but those are real minute
Exactly,
details
yeah,
that
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about the minutia of all these things. I just want to focus on the story as a whole.
Right, and
Right,
enjoying
yeah.
it. Yeah.
As long as you
And
capture
enjoying it,
the essence of the comic, which
it
is
does
what
it.
they're doing, I think, fantastically.
Yeah.
They did
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
beat out all my expectations, and they definitely deserve having seasons 2 and 3. There's so much that they can cover. The world just gets it's even more.
Just opens
There's
up
so
more
much.
and
Yeah,
more.
it's just
Really
a bigger
expansive, huh?
scope, and it expands. So there's so much to tell. And I'm excited for it.
All right, that's good too for that article. Let's move on to our weekly pickups. We can pull weekly polls in our pickups.
This
As
is
you can
gonna
see,
be a minute.
yeah, as you can see, I have a big stack here.
Choose your favorites.
Yeah, unfortunately, the week that I buy all the comics, I wasn't happy with half of them. But
Okay. Did you read them already?
I read them all last night. Yeah.
goodness.
So
You got a lot of free time on your hands.
well, this is my short week, so I got yesterday was my Friday. Or yesterday was my day
You're
off.
right, get all the way
So
off my back.
get all the way off my back about it because this is I had a day off, so I'm gonna read some comics. Sue me. I did my laundry too. I did some chores. I got some stuff done.
You do not have to justify yourself.
Get real defensive there, buddy.
Yeah, Dad. I did my chores. Okay.
I can read
I
comics.
did my chores. I can read some comics. Gosh. All right. Jeez.
Get out of my life.
But so I'm just giving you guys my top 3 choices from this week. I talked about this last month. Shadecraft was the image series that came out last month. It's about the high schooler that has the brother that's in a coma, and then she starts getting attacked by shadows, and then her shadow comes to life and defends her, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. And this had a big reveal about where the shadows are coming from. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's pretty cool. My only thing about this story is that there's a ton of exposition, just tons of exposition. I'm just like, okay, well, we're the audience, we need to know what's going on, but you don't need to tell us that much. You know what I mean? Like, we're, for the most part, smart enough to connect the dots, So there's a lot of exposition, a little too much for my liking, but
Just a lot of talking, basically.
ton
for
of-
people that don't know that much about comics.
tons,
terms.
tons of info dumping just
Yeah, yeah.
in panels. It's like, okay, that's a over explaining. Like, you're not who you even talking to, at this point, right? Yeah. So, but the stories are pretty interesting concept, so I like where it's going. Beta Ray Bill, issue number 2.
Yay.
Beta Ray Bill is continuing his journey to find Odin and create his new version of Stormbreaker, because that's what he feels gives him his identity. So he Scourge.
Oh, his
Scourge shows up.
scuttlebutt? Oh no, I thought it was his ship.
No, not his
Okay,
shape.
Scourge, okay.
Scourge shows up
Yeah.
from Valhalla.
Yeah.
I guess he's dead. He shows up and he wants to be his wingman, pretty much, because he sees what happens with Sif, and in the first issue. So he wants to be his wingman and then try to help him get what he's looking for. So they travel to the the underworld version of in Valhalla, I guess. So to try to find where he can get this sword, and he's going after the sword that destroyed his planet, to help give him his identity back or something. I guess that's his way of thinking. I can become myself if I wield the sword that destroyed my people, kind of thing.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Just a really quick note: Stormbreaker is obviously that was in the Avengers movies, but that was originally
rightfully Beta Ray Bills.
Right.
And Mark, I'm the nicest dude in the world. I got 2 copies.
Yeah!
There you go, bud.
Trent's the best. We love Trent. We love Trent.
And then my last recommendation is going to be Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 25. This is the beginning of the Clone Saga, and it's another, I feel like Spider-Man universe always uses the clones, and there's tons of clone stories going on for the last 30 years. But this is a clone saga type thing with Miles. Like someone cloned Miles, and then there's like these kind of abominations running around doing crimes in his name, and he's trying to clear his name and figure out where they're coming from and what the deal is. And pretty cool start so far. Some drama between him and Genki as well, but I won't get into that. I'll leave that for the readers. One book that I read that I want to throw out there is called Year Zero. To all my zombie horror fans out there, I know zombies for a long time were really overdone and used and overused. This book is so good. So it's about pretty much 4 different people in this zombie outbreak. The zombie outbreak comes from this caveman that they find in a research station in Antarctica. And then
that's cool.
Yeah, the caveman like thaws out and it's still alive, like an undead thing, and comes out, and then the a sample gets out from and it spreads to the world, and it's like it's in it's like every 2 pages is somebody else's like experience. And so it flashes between these characters' stories where they are at the same point in time, and it's just real quick changes to each character going through their story and how they don't really all tie in, but they're all during the same stages of the outbreak.
Okay.
And it's really fast paced and really cool, but each character's story is so interesting, and there's a lot of symbolism. And the very end, the last panel, I was confused the first time I read. I was like, I don't understand, and I went back and read it again, and I was like, oh shit, that's a little shocking. Like the way, I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but it's the ending was like, I was like, oh no way, that's rewrites history pretty much, in a lot of ways. So Year Zero, it's a really cool zombie book, I think.
All right, so I only picked up just a few.
In contrast,
yes, it's important. And the first one that I have, let me show it this way, is BRZRKR issue 2. So I don't know if you guys have read the first issue of BRZRKR. So it's Keanu Reeves with Wolverine's powers. Pretty much, essentially. Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot more to it. I'm just kind of simplifying it.
Right.
It's
written by Keanu Reeves, right?
Yeah.
It's written by Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I think he's the co-writer.
A co-writer.
Matt,
or co-creator.
Co-creator.
At the very least.
Yeah.
And then
Matt
obviously, and then BRZRKR, the main character, is in his likeness. For sure. Yeah.
So it's
exactly.
It's
Keanu Reeves to do that.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves was Wolverine. So what issue 2 is pretty much just like more of the backstory about right there, or the backstory about Keanu Reeves. I don't even remember his name, and it's pretty much saying that he's been around for about 80,000 years.
Yeah,
and he remembers everything. He has a perfect memory, and now he remembers the day he was born, and he's retelling his story from the caveman years.
Yeah.
Oh, it goes back that far.
Yeah.
Wow.
It goes back that far.
He's like continuing. Like every time he regenerates, he's remembering more about. Yeah, because when he goes into this like that rage or berserker stage, and he's just like murdering people, and then he completely destroys himself as he's doing it, and then he like comes back, recovers, and he starts to remember more about his past the more times he does it. It seems like, right?
Yeah, and it's cool because he describes it as like a hunger, right? Instead of just wanting and consuming more, he needs to like release.
Yeah.
It builds up and he just releases it, and he releases on whoever the poor victim, No, that just happens to be around.
Yeah, no, it obliterates them. Yeah.
Destroys them.
And then they seem like they're trying to take, they're trying to like have a scientific approach to, or the scientists are trying to figure out scientifically how he is built the way he is, right?
Yeah, they're going to try to find the reasons, and like they show like how he gets, his mom gets like
impregnated by a god, right?
A god, yeah.
But also, there's some kind of
they summoned it somehow with the plants.
Some kind of mixture, some kind of plants,
mixtures.
yeah.
So they were like thinking, like, oh, maybe we can try to recreate that.
Yeah.
So they're trying to take a scientific approach.
Yeah, and figure out how this god exists on
Got
hit
by a radioactive immortal.
Yeah,
maybe. My next one is crossover.
Yeah,
crossover 6.
issue 6. Yes,
it was pretty cool.
It was amazing.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot, and it lives up to the name, crossover.
Yeah. Literally a crossover.
Yeah. So if anybody who has been following along, well, with me and Trent, we have been reading crossover for a while now, and it's gotten to the point where like they're actually in the dome.
Yeah.
Right, in Denver, right?
I think
Denver, right?
Where all the
where all the superheroes are fighting, and you started looking at all the superheroes, and it's all the Image superheroes, pretty much from all the sub companies,
like
right?
Image, Dark Horse, all those. Yeah.
So you got Luther
Image
Strode, Darkness, Witchblade, that dude from Incorruptible.
Yeah. Plutonium, is that his name? No, he's it. Yeah.
Plutonium, right?
Yeah, I think it's Plutonium, right? Yeah.
No, I think that's his. I
know.
Well, you guys figured it out. You guys got Google.
Yeah.
Shadowhawk's in there.
Chew
from Chew.
From Chew, yeah. All these characters, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really cool. And then Hit Girl.
Oh man, that
makes an appearance. Saves the zombies from The Walking Dead. Oh man.
Yeah, Hit Girl, yeah. And then
if you're an Image fan, this is
fan service. The book
great.
For sure. Yeah, for you guys. Yeah.
Hit Girl versus zombies from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Or walkers from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, exactly. And then Colonel Weird for all you Black Hammer fans out there. So like Hit Girl or Kick-Ass and Black Hammer, a couple of my favorite comics of all time. So to see them both cross over in this episode and have not a crazy role, but great cameo parts that represent who they are in their books.
Respectable.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so cool.
Yeah, so it's great. You guys should definitely pick it up. And my last one is this book, and it is called Ultimate Millennium. So this is by a local artist. I decided to kind of pick it up.
Very cool.
I figured to kind of help out with the
support.
local artists.
Support the local team.
Support. This pretty much is just a story about 4 kids who are living in a post Civil War II era, and they're living in California. California has ceded from the United States, so it's its own country. Okay. And now they need to find a better life, and they are trying to travel to the East Coast, where currently, I don't think it specifies, but like the East Coast is living under like the 13 colonies again.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
And in the Midwest, it has there's pretty much just nothing. This is run by by
outlaws
and outlaws.
Okay, gotcha.
And stuff. But yeah, so nice. It's something that I think if you're over here in LA in the IE, you should definitely check out Ultimate Millennium, Writer L Comics on IG. Give them some support, you guys, and check them out.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, that's gonna do it. I believe. I don't want to speak for everybody.
Oh yeah.
I had more things to say. But
okay, that's gonna do it for Geek Street News.
No. I have a voice.
Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week.